Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Garrett here coming at you with another Team Builder Tuesday. Another Tuesday, another team to build. And today, guys, we are going to be tackling the RU tier. We're slowly, gradually working our way from OU all the way down to PU. Didn't start off intentionally like that, but now there's no reason not to just go ahead and do it like that. So now we're in the RU tier. Again, this happened completely by accident. It wasn't until I started this team builder that I realized that this is what was happening. But we wanted to go ahead and start off with Machamp. Machamp is a Pokemon that is sorely, sorely outclassed. That's just the way it is. It's unfortunate. In the RU tier, the Pokemon that we want to use, Machamp, is unfortunately outclassed by other fighting types that do its job, but maybe a little bit better. There's Pangoro, Medicham, I think there's Toxicroak, I believe there's Beware, I think Meloetta in her fighting form. And then there's the top dog in the A tier, the A class, A rank, Virizion. So there's an issue with that. There is the issue with that, but I wanted to take, I wanted to bring Machamp to a higher status, and I wanted to use him and try to get something working with him. As you can see here, we are rocking max attack, max speed, Adamant Nature with a choice scarf, so we can try and hit things really hard but outspeed a lot of things at the same time. We're rocking no guard, so that we don't miss any of these stone edges, dynamic punches, shit like that. We have poison jab to cover grass types and fairy types. And then we have earthquake to cover electric types and poison types. Dynamic punch and stone edge handle fire types, flying types, steel types, rock types, normal types, ice types, all that shit. All that good shit. They wreck it. He wrecks it. But I'm rocking Adamant over Jolly because I want more power. I want strictly power. And Machamp, even with max speed, beneficial nature like Jolly or something like that, with the Choice Scarf, still doesn't outspeed a lot of Pokemon, especially other Choice Scarfed users. Now, one of the biggest threats in the RU tier that I know from fucking experience is definitely the Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is a huge problem for a lot of people. And basically, I wanted to have some way for Machamp to be able to counter such a huge threat like that. And here I'll be going over some of the biggest threats in the RU2. I'll be going over the big three. Mandibuzz, Shaman, Tyrantrum. I'm going over Tyrantrum right now. One of the reasons we're going to need this follow-up Pokemon, if I can find him, up there, right in front of my face, Araquanid. The reason we're going to be using Pokemon like Araquanid is because Araquanid gets access to Sticky Web. Now, even though our Machamp is rocking the Choice Scarf, like I said, he is not going to be able to outspeed other Choice Scarf users like a Tyrantrum. And I think Banded Tyrantrum does fucking mad work to me too, so I don't even want to fuck with shit like that. But we got Tyrantrum here. Plus, before I even continue on this tantrum, if I had gone Jolly Nature with my Machamp instead of the Adamant, there's a chance I wasn't going to be able to OHKO with Dynamic Punch, and Dynamic Punch is the move I want to rock out with, so Adamant gives me the ability to completely knock him out without question, unless he's got defense investment, but I doubt that on any Tyrantrum. But anyway, he definitely outspeeds us, and the reason we're rocking Sticky Web is because at -1, we outspeed Choice Scarf Tyrantrum, which is fucking awesome. That's what I want. I want shit like that. That's the kind of stuff I need. Now, what I haven't checked out are let's say a defensive shaman. Defensive shaman shouldn't outspeed us. We're Choice Scarf, and that brings us up to 343. No. Wait a minute. At 209, I got my phone out right now. At 209 times 1.5, brings us at about 313. So even with the Choice Scarf, we're not outspeeding a lot of things. However, at -1, we outspeed. So there's a trade-off right there. We're hitting this thing with hard poison jabs. There's not that many slow Pokemon in the RU tier. From what I've been able to see, there's a ton of fast Pokemon. Pokemon like Gardevoir. Gardevoir is an issue because if it's Scarf, completely outspeeds us. At -1 though, we outspeed it, and Poison Jab very much kills it as long as there's a Stealth Rock after that. So basically, what I'm trying to do right now. Oh wait, and the final S rank Pokemon in the RU tier is Mandibuzz. Stone Edge. Mandibuzz is just really bulky, so I don't know if Machamp is the right Pokemon to take it on, especially considering that they carry Knockoff, and sometimes they carry Brave Bird. Let me look at what a Brave Bird, just with this average Mandibuzz set does. It's going to be doing crazy amounts of damage, so there's no reason to even worry about that, and Araquanid is obviously not going to be my answer to that, but I'm going to rock Magic Coat for anybody that wants to try and throw Stealth Rocks at us. I'm going to carry Lunge just to lower some attack stats by 1 because I'm going to be more specially defensive. And we are also going to carry the Toxic. I'm going to carry the Toxic. So we have all this. Max HP, max special attack. Because we're not really worried about being good physical attackers. We're just going to put some that investment that goes in attack into defense. And worry about all that other shit later. What is the shiny form of Araquanid? Whoa, it's badass. I'm gonna name you Symbiote because you look like one of the symbiotes from Spider-Man. But anyway, so basically we have the Pokemon that's necessarily here to bounce back hazards if need be, and also the Pokemon that's going to be able to set up sticky webs for our Machamp so that he will be guaranteed to outspeed anything. Because that's what I'm here. That's what I'm looking for. And then, if I want a good answer to, say, Pokemon like, if I want a good answer, I want a Stealth Rock user first of all. I feel like if I can't get, obviously, there's not going to be many instances I'm going to be able to get Stealth Rocks up using Magicoat, Araquanid. I want to be able to use a Pokemon that pretty much can. I might use Donphan. I'm going to look back at the viability rankings and just kind of see who ranks where. I could use Bronzong. I like Bronzong as a Stealth Rock user. He is good. There's Gligar. Honestly, since Gligar is on the table right now, I might just go ahead and use Gligar. Because Eviolite Gligar is nothing to mess with, especially if I've got immunity. So I can't be willed down with Toxic. I could rock out with Earthquake just for coverage, Knockoff, and Stealth Rocks. And then what else do I want? I could rock out with U-Turn. So this is just basically like my Stealth Rock user. Or wait a minute, do I get Roost? If I get Roost, yep, I'm just gonna rock out with Roost. Earthquake, Knockoff, Stealth Rock, Roost. It's basically the set that I want to run there. Max defense, very defensive wall. We got here. I'm gonna name you Huggie. I don't know why. I don't know where I got that. It looks like he's just trying to give somebody a hug right now, and his name is gonna be Huggie. What's a shiny Gligar look like? Oh, definitely rocking out with that. So we got our Stealth Rock user, and we got our Sticky Web user. I have a very specially defensive Pokemon and a very highly physically defensive Pokemon. So rocking out with that and my hard-hitting physical attacker. Now I feel the need to bring along. Now I have to think about this. Because now I have options. I have tons and tons of options. I could rock out with a Banded Entei if I wanted to. I have so many options. There's Flygons. I don't want too many Ice-type weaknesses, though, so I gotta be careful about that. Goodra's in this tier. We all know how well Goodra rocks out from the last Team Builder live that we had. Of course, there is Mandibuzz, which honestly, if we bring along our own Mandibuzz, that could be beneficial to us because that's another wall. It's another Pokemon that gets Roost, and it's another Pokemon that gets Defog. So what I could do, honestly, I could bring along Mandibuzz, rock out with some Overcoat so nobody can sleep powder me. I can rock out with Leftovers, and then I can rock out with Defog. I can rock out with Knockoff. I can rock out with Roost, and I can rock out with maybe Toxic. Maybe I want to run Toxic. I think I'll run with Toxic, and then I can get rid of Knockoff on my Gligar, and then replace it with something else that I want. Like maybe I want Tailwind. You don't know me. Like for instance, if I can't get up Sticky Webs, I can set up a Tailwind with the Gligar and then sack it off maybe, and then I can bring in Forearms. So that's my process right there. We're gonna go ahead and give you another. This is another defensive wall that we have. It's fine. It's whatever. We're gonna name you Pebbles because you have the little bone in your hair like Pebbles from the Flintstones. And now, so we have our Pokemon that gets rid of hazards. We have a Defog user, which means, yes, we will have the chance of getting rid of hazards on the opposing side. But that's why we're also carrying Tailwind, because if need be and we accidentally remove Sticky Web hazards, or if we have no choice but to remove Sticky Web hazards, then at least we have Tailwind as a last-minute way to get speed on Machamp doubled up. So now that we have that out of the way, we need a very hard-hitting special attacker. We need a super-duper hard-hitting special attacker. I'm feeling maybe some sort of maybe electric or fire type, and then I need some kind of water type. I definitely need some kind of water type, I feel, to round things out. Yes, I do have Symbiote here, but Symbiote's not going to be able to take on Banded fuckface Entei. It's not going to be, yeah, UU Choice Band Entei versus a, what was it, Arachnid. Are you Totem Trapper? Are you Sticky Web? Stone Edge is definitely going to be killing us. So even Extreme Speed is, even Flare Blitz, even with the Water Bubble, it's still doing crazy amounts of damage. So that's not really reliable. That's not really reliable. And honestly, if I can actually find another bug type, well, what the fuck am I doing? There's literally Galvantula right here. Well, now I have to think about this. I have a special defensive wall versus a Pokemon that doesn't have very good defenses at all, but is really fast and has the ability to set up her own sticky webs and also be a hard hitting Pokemon. Honestly, I don't want to use Galvantula just because I want variety. I want people to not predict me to be Sticky Web. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to predict first turn Sticky Web from a Galvantula, which is often what I'm probably going to try and do, so I'm not even going to really mess with that. There's Jolteon. I do have Jolteon. I'm thinking this is what I'm going to end up having to do. I'm going to go Jolteon, Specs, Volt Absorb, and then I'm going to rock out with some hard moves like Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch. Do I want Signal Beam over... What does Signal Beam really hit in this tier? That's just a hard Pokemon to hit. What do I have to deal with in terms of that? Gardevoir. Well, I have Shadow Ball for Gardevoir. It hits Shaman pretty decently. Or not decently, but it hits Shaman. There's Virizion, Zygarde. Honestly, if there's Pokemon like Zygarde running around, and Noivern running around, I want to actually be able to have the HP Ice. Yeah, it's a predictable moveset. I don't like it being predictable, but I don't really have a choice. So we got Jolteon. I think you're green, aren't you? Yeah, you're kind of greenish. I don't really know. Jolteon. We're gonna name you Virgil. I'm gonna make you a boy. Make you a boy all the time. Virgil, because that was the humanoid name of the kid who was Static Shock. His name was Virgil. So that's Virgil the Jolteon. And then our last Pokemon, I feel like it's just gotta be Mega Blastoise. I feel like it just has to be Mega Blastoise. I mean, there's Golisopod, but I don't know. I don't have very good experiences with Golisopod. And then there's Melodic. Oh, this is so difficult. I feel like Mega Blastoise is just our all-around best bet because he's very bulky. He takes hits, and then he can dish out really, really strong hits in return. But there is Milotic. I am thinking about Milotic. There is also Slowking. Slowking is not bad. Slowking is actually not bad. Okay, so let me think about this. If I had a Slowking, I could have a water type that's also highly specially defensive and actually be able to hit things, unlike Symbiote over here. So what I could do, I don't know, I just really dig this Pokemon. I really do dig this Pokemon. And it makes me just wonder, I could get rid of Virgil and have an electric type. Honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do, just for variety, because I want to have my own separate water type. I want to get rid of you, and I got to get rid of you. And I have to go ahead and add Galvantula. I feel like I have to give it, I'm going to give it Life Orb. Give it Life Orb. Or I can give it Focus Sash. I'll just make it the typical Focus Sash lead. Yes, it's going to be predictable. But if I'm lucky, maybe there'll be some chances. I'm going to add Discharge on this thing just for a paralysis chance. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the Sticky Web on you right there. Make you super fast. What's your shiny? You're not that great. We'll just make you black though. And we're just going to name you Venom. Go all out with it. If we're going to name the other one Symbiote, you're just going to be straight up Venom. So Venom, the Galvantula, and then what was the Pokemon that we said we were Slowking? Slowking is NU actually, but here he is in the RU tier. I think we probably should just rock Assault Vest with Regenerator. I mean, unless because we don't really have any other Pokemon that we have to set up. So maybe what I could do is I could rock with Leftovers. Or I could rock Life Orb. I could rock Life Orb, Regenerator with Calm Mind. And then I could rock Fire Blast. I could rock Psyshock. And then I could rock Scald. Yeah, we're going to rock Scald. So we have this Pokemon, which is really, really bulky. It's going to be really super duper bulky. It's going to be crazy bulky. And then what are we going to name you? What's a good name for a Slowking? I've never named a Slowking ever in my entire life. We could straight up just go with... You look like a Henry. You're Henry. Nope, that's the name of my Nidokings. Damn it. I wish I could remember what that guy... I wish I could remember how to spell that guy's name. The guy from Emperor's New Groove, Kuzco. I wish I knew how to spell that. Should I just look it up? I might as well just look it up. Kuzco. Bring me his number. Where is it? Alright, let's just fucking look it up. Emperor's New Groove. Oh my god. With Kuzco. That's what your name's gonna be. Kuzco. This is so dumb. God, shiny fucking Slowking is so clean. But you're gonna be Kuzco. Very, very, very bulky special attacker. Takes a lot of hits. Very nice Calm Mind user. Now, what we are going to do is... Now we have to round things off. I feel like we need that water type. I feel like now we just need Mega Blastoise. No, wait. You're our water type. What am I talking about? You are our water type. So I feel like now we just need to end things off, maybe with another fast Pokemon. I think we lack speed. We lack speed, and we are probably too overly reliant on Sticky Web, Tailwind, Choice Scarf, Machamp, who's already naturally really slow. And we have Slowking, Mandibuzz, Gligar. I mean, you're decently fast. You're 346, so you outspeed. You hit pretty hard. Honestly, actually, instead of Discharge, because I have Compound Eyes, I might as well just rock out with Thunder, since I'm on the spectrum right now. Since I'm on that wavelength. Oh, no, Siri. Don't do this to me. Get out of there. What the fuck was that? String Shot? No, no thank you. Thunder. I don't know what was happening right there. Siri just tried to get activated. It just tried to get activated. No, Siri! I do think we just need a fast Pokemon. Maybe a fast fire type, like Entei. Let's look at our weaknesses. We have kind of a weakness to grass types. Depending on, especially Decidueye, Delmize. I have a feeling they're going to be able to take a lot of attacks. Maybe what we do really need is just Entei, something or someone like Entei. Maybe Moltres. Moltres is not as fast as Entei, actually. Entei's base 100, yeah, base 100. A fast fire type. Salazzle. It's Salazzle. Salazzle is a fast fire type, right there. But the problem with Salazzle is just really, really frail. I love Salazzle. Salazzle's, I think, my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. It's just so crazy. I love Salazzle. Salazzle just has so many places in my heart. I mean, Salazzle is A+ ranking, so it wouldn't be bad. It just wouldn't be bad. I don't have very much confidence in it, though. We have a lot of bulk on our team, honestly, so I don't really see the reason not to just rock out with someone like Salazzle. I could go Specs. Specs Salazzle, yo. Specs Salazzle. Let's do it. Let's just fucking do it. Corrosion, of course, please. This Pokemon can poison or badly poison other Pokemon regardless of their typing. That should also help me be able to. It doesn't, but it should let me also hit steel types with my poison type attacks. That's what it should do, but it doesn't let you do that. But we're obviously gonna rock out with Specs Flamethrower, Specs Sludge Wave, Specs Sludge Wave. Then we need Specs HP Ice. Then we need Specs. I don't know why we need Dragon Pulse. What other special attacks are there? I wish I could get. I can get Shadow Claw, but I can't get Shadow Ball. What? Well, since I'm rocking with Flamethrower, I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna do Overheat. We're gonna do Overheat. Let me just look through here. I know there's probably nothing useful in here, but I might as well just look. Just look. Now, there's absolutely nothing in here that is any at all useful. I mean, hold on a second. What if I wanted to be cheeky? What if I wanted to be cheeky? Honestly. You know, I just don't feel it. I feel like I don't want to have too many psychic type weaknesses. I know I've got 2 resistance. I got 1 resistance and 1 immunity. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna save Salazzle for another. I'm gonna save Salazzle for another live, for another team builder. I'm gonna add Entei. I'm gonna give him the band, give him the pressure, and I'm gonna give him. Of course, I'm gonna give him extreme speed. I'm gonna give him Flare Blitz. I'm gonna give him the stones. Oh, Sacred Fire. Can I use Sacred Fire? I know Flare Blitz is a lot stronger, but Sacred Fire is no recoil. And I get a 50% chance to burn the target. There's Stone Edge. I don't think of all Pokemon, Entei does not get Earthquake. How crazy is that? That's actually nuts. Of all the Pokemon you would feel like has the ability to completely shake the earth underneath their feet, it would be this fucking Pokemon. But he doesn't. Unfort. But yeah, that's about. I mean, I get Bulldoze. Do I really want Bulldoze? I mean, it deals with poison types, but I don't really have. I mean, I've got answers to poison types. If I'm being 100%. There's Dig if I wanted to run out with Choice Banded Dig. There's just really not a whole lot else. There's Iron Tail, but it has horrible accuracy. Probably just gonna go with Iron Head because it deals with rock types and other Pokemon of the sort. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be max speed. Even though it's not like we're really gonna outspeed a lot of Pokemon anyway, we're gonna be hitting them really hard with that Choice Band though. And then Entei, who do you name Entei? Yawn. Entei. We're gonna name you Bronson. Bronson. It's a powerful name, like Action Bronson from the rapper Action Bronson. Spits a lot of fire. I feel like any fire type Pokemon, as long as you have like a good rapper to put on the fire type Pokemon, that's a fantastic nickname. Any rapper's name on a fire type Pokemon works almost 100% of the time. Bronson on an Entei, muy perfecto. So that's basically the team we're rocking with right now, you guys. I don't know why. It has always been like this when it comes to RU. RU has never in my entire life ever been my strong suit when it comes to tiers I can battle in. I'm very competent when it comes to almost every other tier except RU. I don't know what it is about RU. RU throws me off. It makes battling weird for me. I can't explain it. I don't know if there's anybody else that's had this problem, but when it comes to RU, I just really can't function well with it. That doesn't mean that I can't try and battle well with it. It's just that like the Pokemon in RU and RU itself, I don't know. It's just weird. I just can't. I'm not very good at adapting to the RU tier, which is why this is just going to be one of the few instances you're going to see me actually attempting RU, just because we're doing the Team Builder Tuesday and we're trying to get variety. But yeah, that's me just putting a warning out there, a precursor to when we do the live and you see me doing shitty at it. Boom. That's why. It's just RU is just not my tier. I'm really good in PU. I'm really good in NU. I'm good in OU. I'm not great. I'm decent. I'm decent in a lot of tiers. I'm not a great battler in general. Like I love to Wi-Fi battle. I love to Pokemon Showdown all the fucking time. But I'm not that great at it. I'm not super good at it. RU really shows my lack of skill. But guys, we are going to try our hardest to make this work. We're going to really try our hardest to make this work. If you enjoyed this episode of Team Builder Tuesday, please like the video, subscribe if you are excited for more Pokemon content. Just keep up with the times. Check me out. Love it. List it. Do it. I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a good rest of your whatever.